Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. I want to give all praise and due to Yahweh Bashin Yahweh Shai, and double honors and blessings to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. A salutation to you, I can teaching out there in truth and sincerity, and shalom to the elect. Now, what you see on the screen is a clip from the movie 1984, and through the Spirit, we're gonna break down the movie with a few scriptures and edify. But if you haven't seen this movie, you can go on YouTube and type it in. It's by George Orwell. It's real edifying. Salaki. George Orwell is actually a journalist, which his real name is Eric Arthur, and he's pretty much breaking down how who they call in the movie Big Brother is the elites, and how the government controls the masses of the people through the media, and what the word they call newspeak in the movie, which is the controlling of your thoughts or your freedom of speech towards anything that the government brings out. Like for example, the law they just passed about a year or two ago with the homosexuals being able to be married. Now, if you speak against that, they have the LGBT, which if you speak against that, they call it a hate crime. Now, if that's not a control thing, not a control of your freedom of speech, then I don't know what to tell you. All right, because basically, if you're against homosexuality and you speak against it, they call that a hate crime. Okay, but what's in the scriptures in the book of Leviticus, if you live in according to the Most High, you fall out the Most High, Yahweh Shai, you won't speak against it, because the scriptures say that you're supposed to be putting a homosexual to death. But we can't do that. Because why? Because we're under Esau's system, you know. So, that's just one of the few things that they do, and then they have a thing called Hate Week, which, before I go into that, is a guy in the movie. He's one of the main characters. His name is Winston Winston Smith, and he's, out of all the people, he's actually the only one who starts to wake up and see that the lies and trickery and the controlment of the people that this Big Brother, which is the elites, the Rothschilds today, is controlling the masses of the people. Which how they do today with the music, the mainstream, the mainstream media bringing out these TV shows, these basketball wives and all that and so forth. And what it's doing is controlling people to make them be what they show on TV. That's why the TV is the witchcraft. But also in the show, in the movie, they I can't remember who they was going to war against. I know they were going to war against anyone that's standing up against them was considered the underground. And what they did was, when you spoke out and you weren't with their system, they pretty much demonized you, like America does today. All right, and with the Hate Week, they go into everything, like they bring out their propaganda about how these underground people that's against them are they're all about what they say, they hate. Then they also mentioned another country. I can't remember what country it was, but they mentioned that, this country is about, they're about peace. They want to have peace with us. And then they turn around and say, no, they're not about peace with us. They want war with us. And they basically filling the mass of the people head with hate against that country, like America does today. if a country don't submit to America's authority on whatever it is they want them to do, America will claim them as a terrorist. All right, and that's also for the people. You know, like us, the prophets today, we consider terrorists because we speaking against Esau and all his lies. We speak against America, and we tell people that America gonna be destroyed. Okay, so we consider a terrorist because why we're not going with uh with Esau's philosophy and all the lies he's pushing out there. All right, because the scriptures say it says, "Come out of her, my people." It ain't talking about physically come out of America. It's talking about bring your mind out, you know, for following the ways of Esau's philosophies. Okay, but yeah, but Slack, yeah, because I almost lost what the point I was trying to hit on to. But yeah, the guy Winston Smith, he started to see it, and then he's actually no, he's under he actually works for the who they call the Big Brother. They call him the ministry church, if I'm not mistaken, and it shows you how that the elites, they actually rewrite history in there. How they actually rewrote our history. Because what do they do today? They took away the blacks, Latins, and Native American Indians history. All right, they don't tell us that we are the Israelites according to the Bible. Okay. They say that Edom is done away with, was they are the Edomites, but they put that philosophy out there that Edom was done away with a long time ago, so they don't exist. That's a change in history, you know. And the guy also, and when he's sitting there, he start to find evidence that, you know, this ministry church or so forth, and the Big Brother that everybody's worshiping, which is Esau, and he started to notice that these are lies because he found a paper showing that a guy that was against the whole church ministry. I keep slurring because I'm trying to call it church ministry or Big Brother. They are the same thing. I just call it Big Brother, but yeah, he sees a photo of a guy that they demonize as a traitor, but he was on a photo with one of the ones that was in the church, the higher ups that was in the church ministry, and so they demonize him as a terrorist because he came against them. And basically he's starting to be awoke, and that's how we are today. The ones that Yahweh Shai woke up today, we are that one because why? The spirit, Yahweh Shai put the spirit on us, starting with the apostles on down, that we start finding out the lies of Esau. All right, that everything Esau been putting out there, the philosophies he been putting on the people, we started to find out that they're lies. You know, so I'm gonna hit a few scriptures and then we're gonna keep going breaking down the movie, but hold on, give me 1 second. This is 1 Corinthians. Salakia. 2 Corinthians. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." Right. So the true prophets of Yahweh Shai know about Satan's devices, and what he used the media as one of his devices. And also was going to be which is soon to come, right around the corner. The chip is one of his devices. See, we not ignorant of Esau's all his tactics and devices that he used against us, the lies, the propaganda, and so forth that he bring out. Those are his devices. So we're not ignorant of that. All right. That's why we out there breaking out, busting out his lies and bringing the truth out. Okay. So in the movie, the guy Winston, he also runs into a woman that her name is Julia, and she also was awoke. She was also awoke to what was going on too, and so so forth. They got together, you know, bring in the love scene, but they got together and they wanted to take down the big brother, which is Esau. Which today we're doing that spiritually. They try to do it physically, but they couldn't, because the scriptures say what I'm talking about right now. The scriptures say, Yahweh Shai said, "Wait upon me, and I'll rise to pray." Matter of fact, let me get that. This is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 8. It says, "Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey." Who's the prey? The prey is Esau. It says, "For my determination is to gather the nations, and that I may assemble the kingdoms, and pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy." Right, and that's with the thermonuclear fires. All right, the Most High said we gotta wait upon Him. See, because right now we can't form a whole gather all the Israelites and try to fight against Esau government. We'll get slaughtered. All right, but in the movie, the Winston and Julia, they wanted to come together and be able to take down the big brother, and the guy Winston, he had believed that one of the higher ups that was with the big brother, he believed that he was part of the underground, which he was deceived. The man tricked him. I forgot his name, but he played along. He played along. And that show you that how Esau have agents amongst you that play like they play well to make it seem like they with you, but they're not. And that's also how like the CIA take down any like the Black Panther Party. All right, with the COINTELPRO. All right, they had agents within the COINTELPRO. That's how they took them down. Okay, and any organization that come against the elites, they gonna bring an agent inside to stop it. Even in the truth, they've been agents that got kicked out. We found them and kicked the apostles found them and kicked them out. And even in other camps. Hell, in our camp, we found an agent and he exposed himself and he got kicked out. But that just showing you in the movie how the Esau have agents set up, and they watching the whole time, because the guy, he already knew that it was something wrong with the main character Winston, that he was waking up and he knew what was going on because he kept his eye on him every time he looked at him. And when they finally came to meet him, he actually said that, you're here because you think I'm part of the underground. And Winston was like, yes. And he started, as soon as he said that, he like, yes, I believe it. And then he like, he played the other guy. He played good agent, because he's like, well, I am. And then he planned on taking down the Brotherhood. But then, as you see later on, as soon as they made it back home, the guy that owned the hotel was with them. He was also an agent too. See that? Cause when the guy Winston, he thought the guy was just sell little material, the stuff he have in it, little statues and monuments that he had. He thought he just sold those, and he wasn't part of the big brother. He thought he was one of those free people. Not the underground, but he thought he just wanted somebody who was free because his hotel was outside the city that they was in. But little did he know that guy was also with the big brother too, and they had caught them up. They had the little eye, which go back to the all seeing eye. It was inside the wall, and they heard the voice speak through the wall, and they basically came in and took them in and caught them. But let me bring out another scripture because I don't want to just ramble on too much. Salakia, because the movie it pretty much show you the mind control, and our job as the prophets of Yahweh Shem Shai is to come out here and wake people up from being under the spell of Esau. Let's see what. Hold on 1 second. This is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 6. It says, "Let no man deceive you with vain words." It says, "For because of these things cometh the wrath of the Most High upon the children of disobedience. Be not ye therefore partakers with them, for ye were sometime darkness, but now are ye light in the Lord. Walk as children of the light." Right, let me read it again. It says, "For ye were sometime darkness, but now are ye light in the Lord." Like it says, we were sometime darkness because before we were woken up to the truth, we was part of this world. All right, we was part of the mind control of Esau, believing that the American dream and all American and other philosophies that he brought out there, believing that we were Jehovah's Witness, Muslim, the Baptists, Catholics, 7-day evangelists. All right, but that was the sometimes in darkness, and then we were doing, and most of us being in so much wickedness, and it don't make no sense. We want to be rappers, singers, athletes, and other crazy things, man. Weed smokers, gang bangers, drug dealers. It says for ye. It says, I'll start at 7. It says, "Be not ye therefore partakers with them." Right, and of course, in the truth, you don't supposed to be no partakers with the wickedness that's in America. It says, "For ye were sometimes darkness, but now are ye light in the Lord. Walk as children of light. For the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth, proving what is acceptable unto the Lord, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness." Right, the unfruitful works of darkness, like I was just saying, is the wickedness of this kingdom, of Esau's kingdom. Being into those other philosophies, that's a wickedness of this kingdom. That's the unfruitful works. All right. Because no, we're not supposed to be with homosexuality. We're not supposed to agree with that. All right. We're not supposed to be we shouldn't have the mindset to want to save Esau. You know, we want to put them in slavery. We want to be kings. We shouldn't want to prosper in America. All right, you should be want to be delivered out of America. Okay. It says, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. Right, reprove them. That's what we doing. You know, when we out there on the highways and byways, we're reproving the people of what's going on. You know. So like, hold on, give me 1 second. This is so like, yeah. I'll read that. This is the last part again. It says, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. Right. Like I was just saying, like when we out there on the highways and byways, we actually reproving them. You know, when we getting on to people, and then we tell them about the hell that all the lies that's going on in this kingdom, and how Esau deceived the whole world. You know, we reproving them. You know, we reproving the darkness. We're trying to bring our people out of the wickedness. You know, but not everybody could be waking up. But that's how it was in the movie. It was only two. It was only two people woken up. It was Winston and Julia. You know, um, but what they done, they try to come up against Esau, but Esau wound up catching them. And then what happens in the movie? They actually get tortured. Okay, and this the part where it gets heavy, cause and it shows you how Esau would torture you until you convert over to his philosophies and his way of life and how he wants you to be. Right? Because when they caught the guy Winston, they asked the man asked him. He was like, "How many fingers am I holding up?" The man and Winston was like 5. He was like, "But if it's not really 5, then what is it?" And Slakia. He said 4, but he said if it's not really 4, then how many else is it? And he was like, and he kept saying 4, basically just showing like he's not converting over to the lie that he was trying to have him convert to. Because Esau in the movie, Esau was holding up 4 fingers, but he basically wanted to put it in his head that I'm not really holding up 4 fingers, it's 5. Basically showing him like you're gonna convert to this lie. But what you see the truth, but you don't see the truth. All right, and that's go for these sellouts like Nathaniel, Nate from the IUIC, General Yohana, and even like these well-known church pastors, Creflo Dollar, T.D. Jakes, all them. They know the truth, but they ain't telling you the truth. Cause why? Cause Esau got them on a hush, and that go for these celebrities. Cause it's a lot of celebrities that know they Israelites, but are they gonna come out? Are they gonna give up everything they have to come out and tell their people who they are, or speak against Esau? No, because that money is what's hushing them, you know. And Esau come and tell them, well, you got the truth, but you're not gonna tell it. That's what the guy was doing to Winston. That's why he was holding up the 4 fingers, but he was telling him that he actually you actually see 5 fingers. But Winston at first wasn't going. He wasn't going for it. He kept saying 4, 4, and as he kept saying 4, they kept torturing him until he converted over. And they put some headphones on, and it was like a loud noise and it ringing in his ear, and they kept doing it until he decided to convert over, but he wouldn't. He's like, how many fingers am I holding up? He's like 4, and in the final torture they're gonna do to him, cause when they was torturing him, they kept him for a long time. He like, do you know how many days you been in here? I mean, he like, do you know how long you been in here? He's like, days, weeks, months. Pretty much they had captured him, and they was holding him hostage for a long time, and when they were torturing him. And the final torture was that the man, because they actually recorded him, which shows you going back to when they had the eye inside the wall and it heard everything they were saying. It shows you how the elites, they can hear you through anything, your computer, cell phone, TV. They in the show and how they always watching, because in the movie they also say, remember that Big Brother is always watching you. And the elites, what are they doing? They always watching. All right, that's why they have cameras outside on every like light pole, even stop light. They got cameras on the street lights. All right, because you can get a ticket for in Chicago. You can get a ticket, if you happen to it's a yellow light and you drive past, and when it hits a red, it's a camera that takes a picture of your license plate and everything, and they send it to you in the mail. But that's just showing you how Esau has a camera everywhere. That's why even on Jake neighborhoods, there's a police camera on every block. And yeah, but going back to what I was saying, that they was listening to when he was telling the girl that he had feelings for, Julia. He was telling her that he seen a rat, and he basically telling her like, yeah, I feared this since I was a kid. Some to the fact that his mother trapped him inside of a closet or some forth with rats, and they actually heard that, and they used that against him for his final torture. But when he finna get tortured, when he locked them in a room and finna release the rats, he gave up. He converted. He gave up, and he pretty much converted over. And that's how what a lot of, but it's showing you like how these other guys in those other camps, and even these well-known famous pastors, they didn't get the torture. They took the money and converted over to Esau doctrine of philosophy, his doctrines. All right, but it's gonna happen to us, and I'm gonna get to scripture. This is Revelation chapter 2 verse 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Right. So we're gonna be some of us is gonna be taken by Esau, and we're gonna be getting tortured for bringing out the truth. All right, that's like it. All right, and the scripture say, "Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give you a crown of life." No matter what, so like it. No matter what hell that Esau bring on us when they torturing us, we gotta take death, man. If you serious about the truth, but the elect they'll take the death for the truth, okay? But in the movie, the guy he soon they put him in a room and they open the cage. He started hearing the sounds of the rat noises coming close to him, and then he gave up. And then he went in there and hugged the man, and then he bowed down, showing that he gave up, and he converted over, and he hugged the man on his leg. And then at the end, when they finally released him, it shows you how he all the way converted over, because then he was with everything. He was, oh, praise big brother, and he ran into the woman, and they also they also played with their mind to have them against each other, showing that which is which is another thing that's part of the newspeak, that they couldn't have emotion towards the other mate. A man couldn't a man and a woman can't be together. You know, they can't have emotion for each other. They can't love each other. So when they captured him and Julia, they actually turned them against each other by saying they betrayed each other. But Winston actually, what happened with him, when he believed that the guy that was one of the higher ups was was part of the underground, the girl Julia was telling him that she don't think that's a good idea, but he, he persuaded her into believing in it, and then she was right along with it, and then that's when they found out that he wasn't later down the line. But at the end, yeah, they showed they had them two conversating with each other, and they kept saying, "You betrayed me." He was like, "No, you betrayed me." Basically, they turned them against each other to believing that they was able to stand up to Big Brother. And then after that, she disappeared, and then he seen the post of Big Brother, and he was all for it. Then he was basically fully converted, and he kept saying, "Praise Big Brother, praise Big Brother." Then, and that's just showing you some of us in the truth, man. It is going. That's why. That's why every man, like the scriptures say, that we all gonna be tried. Cause even when that chip come, it's gonna be a lot of guys that saying that they not, that's gonna wind up taking that chip. All right. We all gonna be tested that day when that chip is out, and when we get taken and put in concentration camps and be tortured for how whoever knows how long, So that's pretty much it on that. I hope this has been edifying to you brothers and you few sisters that watch it. But check out the movie yourself. It's real good. It's edifying, and man, just constantly watching. The spirit be with you. You'll see how that's happening today. And so with that, I'm gonna say shalom.